Welcome, KC. My name is Tim Hogenboom, and welcome to 2024. We're here. We made it all the way into 2024. Hopefully, Christmas was amazing. Hopefully, New Year's was amazing. Hopefully, you're back on your diet again. And if you're anything like me, you are now watching your scale once again as we go into the new year. So, yay for goals. All right. We just wanted to take a moment, as we always do, just take a quick update of the financial kind of overview of where we're at coming out of December. Huge month, important month. They kind of shape kind of what we think about in the next season of the church. So huge month, and then we wanted to give you kind of an update as to what happened at Christmas Eve. So first and foremost, we'll talk about the finances. So this month, for the month of December, we had actually budgeted just under $200,000 to come into the general church. Get this, we saw over $260,000 come in for the month of December, which is about 130% higher than what we had initially anticipated. Church, I cannot say how grateful, how thankful we are that you would entrust us with your finances and that we'll be able to use those funds to steward his kingdom work. So thank you, church, for stepping up. It was amazing. For the month of December, we had expenditure $146,000 and we actualized $174,000. And you're going to go, what do you mean you spent way more on expenses? You blew your budget for expenses. Church, that's actually us on mission. That's actually looking at us at what is coming in and God blessing us and us using those funds to push out, because a lot of those expenses actually were the expenses that we incurred for Sun Peaks, which, as you know, was a big part of our mission this year. And as we continue on into Sun Peaks and look at what it looks like to do church up there, that was part of that initiative. So, church, thank you again for entrusting us. That's where kind of the extra expenses came out. So where we had originally anticipated for the month of December to have a $52,000 budget access, we actually still came out ahead with $85,000, $86,000. And that's including us going up to Sun Peaks, amongst other things we did as well for this. So church, well done. This is us on mission, moving the ball forward. Okay, year to date. What does that mean for us currently year to date? We have budgeted this year up to this point for just over $856,000. And we actually saw, get this, $948,000 come in this year. So again, 115% increase for the year in terms of giving. Our expenditures, we had budgeted for $913. At church, we actually are still under our total expenses. So though December was a bit higher for expenses, overall for the year, we are still below what we would normally have for expenditures. So where we were expecting a $56,000, $57,000 shortfall, church, God has been good, and we're actually seeing a $50,000 surplus. That's a $100,000 difference of where we're at. So church, that just says that God is on the move, and we are so grateful and thankful that you entrust us with your finances. So, carrying on in the conversation, Care Connections year to date, we have over just under $40,000 coming in for Care Connections. Again, those are funds coming in and they're earmarked, set aside directly for community services. So Diane Down is working with our partners within the city and coming up with a strategic plan how we can best utilize those funds. So church, thank you for your generosity. Mission outreach, $55,000, and the capital reserve so far, we have $44,000, which means that in terms of designated funds, we have $140,000 set aside, earmarked for those purposes. And then capital reserve fund balance as of the end of the December 31st was just over $28,000. So as we're going into this next year, this will be a number that'll be important for us as we update you where we're at with the capital campaign and all the things happening there. So church, I'll just say it one more time, thank you. We're excited to see what God is doing as he's opening up opportunities and providing the resources to do just that. As we're looking at Sun Peaks, as we're looking at MP1, and we're moving kids into the sanctuary, or kids into the gym rather, all these things are good signs of God moving and doing things in our church. On that note, we wanted to give you kind of an overview, a montage of kind of what happened over Christmas as we had Sun Peaks, 2 services up there. We had over 450 people that were there attending the services, which is just a gift because these are people that typically would not have come to church on a Christmas Eve service. And yet we were able to invite them in, present the gospel, present the good news of Jesus in a setting that was just amazing. So enjoy kind of what the pictures, the montage, the video of that evening looked like.
Hey church, I wanted to give you just a brief ministry highlight coming from our Christmas Eve services at Sun Peaks. So if you're not aware, our church took a big risk this Christmas Eve and we provided and facilitated 2 services up at Sun Peaks at the Grand Hotel Ballroom. Want to give you an update. Amazing. Overall, amazing. Whenever you do risky things like this, there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of prayer, a lot of nervousness, but we had such a great time. The first service was packed. Lots and lots and lots of people. A good mix of people from what we can understand, both visitors to Sun Peaks, but also residents as well. And then the second service wasn't as packed. There was only about 80 people or so that second service, but about 300, between 250 and 300 at the first service. And so we were thrilled just with, the engagement, but more so is just the stories that come from it. People who haven't been to church in a very long time coming, residents who came to this service and now are coming to our church because of our heart to do something more permanently up at Sun Peaks. And then now there's an Alpha starting and happening up at Sun Peaks right now, facilitated by leaders, life group leaders from our church. And so we are starting something here that is hopefully going to build on what we have been doing. And our hope and our prayer is to continue to move into this really unknown area. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayer. I've had many people ask, hey, how did it go? How did it go? And it went very well. Thank you for praying. And thank you for being on mission with us as we bring the good news of Jesus to places where we haven't been before. And there is no good, permanent, long-term church up at Sun Peaks. And so the opportunities are enormous. So thanks again for your prayer, for your support, and we praise God for this amazing highlight.